Emily's appearance would pit Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin against each other. Within 72 hours of the shocking encounter in London, the balance of world power was about to shift radically. As Air Force One picked up Emily and sped at breakneck speed to Washington, an emergency crisis meeting was underway deep inside the Kremlin. Deep in the bowels of the Kremlin, this private room was the most secure place in the world, with titanium-coated walls and electronic jammers installed in every square centimeter. In this room, where not a single electromagnetic wave could penetrate, Putin sat straight at his desk. Under his hands were yellowed files from the old KGB archives. Project Aurora, secret was written on them in red ink. Defense Minister Shoigu was sweating as he checked the holographic screen. "Mr. President," he said, his voice strained, "the American submarine Wyoming is cruising at the exact coordinates where Admiral Byrd's missing crew was last seen in 1947. At that moment, SVR President Naryshkin quickly opened the door. He was out of breath. "Satellite images are in. Under the ice. My God, there's a city under the ice." Putin slowly stood up. Thermal images projected on the screen showed regular geometric structures beneath the Antarctic ice cap. In the center, buildings arranged in the shape of a gigantic swastika. "Enlarge," Putin whispered. As the image zoomed in, a huge entrance tunnel opened in the ice. And at the mouth of the tunnel, a rusty plaque with the words NUSCHWENLAND 1945. FSB Director Bortnikov suddenly shouted, "There's movement. There is something moving under the ice." The infrared images on the screen showed beings in human form, but with a body temperature far below normal. It was as if they had just thawed from their frozen state. Putin's expression changed. Cold sweat began to trickle down. "That's not all," said SVR head Naryshkin. "Look at this." A new image appeared. In a hangar under the ice, disc-shaped vehicles with Nazi symbols lined up. And most frightening of all, in one corner, frozen corpses dressed in American and Soviet military uniforms were piled up. From 1947, Putin pounded his fist on the table. "Prepare Belgorod, loaded with the staples, crew, and nuclear tactical weapons. And find me that girl, Emily. I want her live." At that moment, all the screens in the room multiplied to show a single message. "Willkommen in Neuschwabenland." Welcome to New Swabia. And a little note at the bottom. "The Führer is waiting for US." The Pentagon's most secret operations room was buried 150 meters underground. The 30-centimeter thick lead-lined walls cut off all contact with the outside world. The air smelled of static electricity and sterilization. On a holographic table in the center of the room, a 3D projection of Antarctica rotated. Trump wiped his red face and looked at the data. Damn it, why are these thorium reserves in full view of Russian satellites? Director of National Intelligence Ratcliffe was sweating as he checked the data on a tablet. "Mr. President, we have detected the movement of the Russian submarine Belgorod. They will be in the area within 24 hours. Meanwhile, Emily, sitting quietly in the corner, fiddled with the zipper of her red coat. Her feet still didn't touch the ground. Suddenly, she looked up, that strange blue glint in her eyes intensifying. "You're focusing in the wrong place." CIA Director Haspel looked up. "What do you mean, young lady?" Emily's finger pointed to a spot on the hologram. The zoomed-in image showed a prominent metallic structure beneath the ice. Clearly readable writing on it. "Project Kronos, 1944. Defense Secretary Esper's face went white. This is impossible. This project never started." Emily responded in a mechanical voice. "You are wrong. It was just hidden from you." At that moment, all the screens in the room crashed. Red alert sirens went off. The message that appeared on the main screen on the wall froze everyone. NSA Director General Nakasone shouted, "Take back the authorization. Now." Emily smiled quietly. Too late. The image that appeared on the main screen took the Pentagon team's breath away. In the huge hangar under the ice, transparent capsules with human-like beings floating inside were lined up. The frontmost capsule was empty. The plaque on it was even more frightening. Trump's voice trembled. Is that you?" Emily shook her head from side to side. "I'm just an interface. The real threat is about to wake up." At that moment, the last image from Antarctica shocked everyone in the room. A huge disc-shaped vehicle with Nazi symbols rising from beneath the ice. The SEAL team disembarking from the USS Wyoming, traveling at -50 degrees Celsius, came to an abrupt halt. Commander Reyes looked at the readings on the thermal imager. Oh my God! There are signs of life 200 meters below the ice. But that's impossible. At that moment, a metallic hum from under the ice made the entire crew jump. The radar technician screamed, "Commander, something huge is moving under the ice sheet." The next morning, Russian Spetsnaz and American SEALs came nose to nose 3 kilometers north of the Nazi base. At the peak of tension, the ice suddenly cracked and a humanoid being equipped with mechanical arms burst out from between them. "Alarm! Alarm!" shouted Volkov, the Russian commander, pointing his gun. But he was too late. The creature pulled a Spetsnaz soldier under the ice. Emily's voice echoed over the public address systems. "Your war is no longer against humans. They are awake, and they are furious." That night, Putin and Trump met in a historic video conference. Behind the two leaders were generals with nuclear briefcases. Putin spoke first. "Donald, there will be no winners in this war, but the loser will be humanity." The thorium sample in Trump's hand was glowing. "So what do you propose?" "We should sign a secret protocol and leave it at that. 1. Thorium reserves to be shared equally. 2. Nazi technology to be jointly researched. 3. All information about Emily and Project Aurora will be destroyed. For this agreement will be announced 100 years after the death of the parties." At the moment the agreement was signed, a green aurora appeared over Antarctica. All over the world, electronic devices stopped for 13 seconds. Emily's last message flashed across the screens. "You thought we lost in 1945, didn't you? Actually, we were just sleeping." The last image was of the giant Haunebu discs rising from beneath the glaciers. Before the cameras faded to black, the last words of the creature at the front were heard. "Wir sind die Zukunft." We are the future. The US and Russia have decided to stop all projects here because it could lead to the end of the world.
See you in the next story. Like and subscribe and comment for support. Thanks.